Oh, he's good. It goes to the underlying issues that we have to get better at. So he's helped a lot. Great.
A lot of the stuff that he spoke about was actually applicable in the sales world, but I think also into your personal life. I mean, really just evaluating and the different ways you go about interacting with folks.
It had a lot of great information to share with us. I think we can use everyday situations when we call on our customers.
I've been to his classes before, and he's got a lot of good information.
Getting out of your comfort zone.
Scott was a lot of fun. Loved his humility, transparency, and there were a lot of really juicy facts that we can actually implement this afternoon. So it was great. It was very fun, very educational.
Best way to close more sales is to open more conversations. The definition of sales is, do you have an impact on the experience and an influence in the outcome?
I thought Scott did an amazing job because he was very thorough, very clear in what he had to say. Or his background in sales. Like he mentioned that he was a real estate person in California. Showed him that he had to get up out of his chair, move into a different spot to really get the business.
Out of the last 4 or 5 I've been to, this was the best. I think the title of it, Creating Urgency, captured a lot of people, obviously, by the turnout. I think he did a great delivery, and hey, after 25 years of doing some sales, I learned some stuff, and it was good.
Our beliefs determine our behavior. Our behavior gives us our results. If we're not getting the results that we want, we need to take a step back, look at our behavior. What are we doing or not doing that we know we should or shouldn't? And then what belief do we have that supports that?
He was fabulous. He was unbelievable. That he really hit on target about cold calling as well as the salesperson side of it. Because they're two different wirings, they're two different skill sets. And I just think he was so articulate. Lots of notes. My hands actually hurt me.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Scott's presentation. I feel like, man, has he been shadowing my sales calls? Because he really knows what it's like to be there. And just those common things, and it's really great to hear him address those things and talk about here's how to deal with it and not get hung up on them. And I circled several things in my notes to try to revisit regularly to remind myself and keep myself on track with that. I think anyone who's in sales would really benefit from hearing Scott talk about it and how to go to the next level and overcoming those objections and getting people motivated to make the purchase or move on if it's not what they need. That's the reality of it. But Scott's really good at addressing that and getting out of that middle ground where they're just saying, I'll think about it. Highly recommend Scott's presentation.
I believe every step in the sales process should have a goal. Every activity that you perform should have a goal. And when your activity supports the goal, it's productivity. When your activity does not support a goal, it's a distraction.
I really liked what he said about commitment. Just being able to set your mind to something and follow through is half the battle, and commitment is so important.
I've heard a lot of good things about Scott, and I met him a few years ago when he was starting out. So I decided to show up today, and I thought it was fantastic. It's that persistence that's really important, and the fact that you have to change your behavior in order to make something happen. Nobody else is going to. Anybody who's out there trying to talk to other people, it really doesn't matter if it's sales or not, because it applies to your personal life as well. It's just kind of all of your relationships. Follow through on what you say you're going to do, and do that. It's the commitment.
He just put all the tidbits I've learned in sales over the years into like a really nice condensed package with, kind of like a guide that I think that I'll be able to use, moving forward. It was great. I liked Scott. He was, funny and incorporated stories and, along with all the good tips.
So our goal as a salesperson is to not cut the price to win the business, because that takes money directly from the margin, directly from our profit, and we're in a nonprofit then.
You definitely want to attend any one of his presentations. You want to walk a mile just to hear Scott talk. He's just that good. Oh, anybody that's in business and doing, we're all salesperson. I mean, whether you're the janitor or the president of the company, the whole company is involved in selling the business. And I'd recommend Scott for anybody.
Really good reinforcement, some great new nuggets. So yeah, he was fantastic.
The exact sentences that Scott used in terms of what I could take and offer to a client as well. His tips were exceptional.
Scott is an excellent speaker, very thoughtful, and I loved his questioning set, how to ask better questions.
I like how he relates stories
to everything that keeps much more interesting.